Once again, a very warm welcome to you, ladies and gentlemen, joining us live here at the Hotel 17 Hall or through our social media channels, Facebook, and all the other handles where this is streaming. Welcome. Welcome to the Central Bank of Nigeria Fair, holding here in the city of Kaduna with the team driving alternative payment channels as tools for financial inclusion, growth, and accelerated economic development. Without much waste of time, I am going to be inviting to give us the welcome remarks, the branch controller, Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Dalhatu. Please, let's welcome the beast. So, sorry, media press crew, please. You know, I see you straight across the podium. You don't interfere with the of your other colleagues, right? Thank you.
The Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, here ably represented by the Director, Corporate Communications Department, the representative of the Honorable Commissioner for Women Affairs and Human Services, distinguished guests, stakeholders and partners, esteemed representatives of government and the private sector, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure and a deep sense of duty that I welcome you all to the annual CBN Fair holding here today at Hotel 17 Kaduna with the theme, Driving Alternative Payment Channels as Tools for Financial Inclusion, Growth and Economic Development. On behalf of the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Deputy Governors, and the entire management of the bank, I extend our sincere appreciation to you for honoring our invitation and being part of this important engagement. The CBN Fair is one of the bank's major public enlightenment initiatives aimed at sensitizing members of the public on the bank's policies, programs, and interventions. It serves as a platform to deepen financial literacy, promote transparency, and strengthen trust between the bank and the Nigerian people. Over the years, the fair has evolved into a veritable channel for fostering two-way communication between the bank and the Nigerian public. It enables us not only to explain our policies, but also to listen to your concerns, feedback, and expectations. This year's event continues in their tradition, and I encourage everyone here to actively participate in the discussions. As we navigate the evolving economic landscape, both globally and locally, the need for increased public awareness of monetary policy, financial inclusion, consumer protection, and digital payments cannot be overemphasized. The CBN remains committed to ensuring a sound financial system and an inclusive economy where every Nigerian can thrive. I also wish to commend the collaborative efforts of all the stakeholders present here today, the deposit money banks, microfinance institutions, the organized private sector, fintechs, the security agencies, SMEs, students, and members of the academia. Your commitment and partnership are instrumental to the achievement of the CBN's mandate. Permit me to especially welcome our colleagues and partners from Abuja who have traveled down to make this fair a success. As you spend time with us here in Kaduna, we encourage you to take a peep into the sights and sounds of Kaduna. Acknowledged as the center of learning with landmark institutions such as the Nigerian Defense Academy, the Air Force Institute of Technology, the prestigious Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, and the Nigerian Civil Aviation Technology College Zaria. Tourist sites for your enjoyment include the Kajuru Castle, the Murtala Mohammed Square, and the Masiga Waterfall. Suffice to add that Kaduna is also famous for its connection with the ancient Nog civilization. Once again, I thank you all for being here, and I urge you all to take advantage of this fair, interact freely with the various CBN departments, and leave here today more informed, empowered, and encouraged. Thank you, and I wish us all a fruitful and engaging session. God bless the Central Bank of Nigeria. God bless Kaduna State. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. That was the welcome address by the branch controller, Central Bank of Nigeria, Kaduna, indeed reminding us that Kaduna is the center of learning and we have come here to learn together. Before I call on the next speaker, let me acknowledge the presence in our midst of the representatives of the Vice Chancellor, Kaduna State University, in person of Professor M.K. Dauda, Dean of Student Affairs, KASU. Dean, thank you very much, Professor, for joining us. And now, to deliver the keynote address and declare this fair open, may I invite the representative of the Governor, Central Bank of Nigeria, with us here at this event in person of the Acting Director, Corporate Communications Department. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hajia Hakama Sidi Ali to the podium. Please come on. Just allow us to stay there.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, kindly permit me to stand on the existing protocol. On behalf of the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Olayemi Kadoso, I welcome you all to the Central Bank of Nigeria Fair. The fair is designed as a platform to interact with members of the public on the policies of the CBN for sustainable economic growth and development of our dear country, Nigeria. The theme of the fair, driving alternative payment channels as tools for financial inclusion, growth, and accelerated economic development, was carefully chosen to address the links that catalyze small and medium enterprises and other critical activities for the much needed price stability. The management of the Central Bank of Nigeria, under the leadership of Mr. Olayemi Kadoso, is committed to stimulating productivity and financial inclusiveness, as well as delivering on its core mandate of monetary and price stability. As I mentioned on Tuesday during the CBN Fair in Kano, these efforts have already started yielding positive results, which include increases of inflows of foreign investments, positive trade balances, and remarkable progress in financial inclusion. Since assuming office 2 years ago, the governor has spearheaded several key policies to strengthen the financial system. This includes, among several others, exchange rates unification. This is to reduce arbitrage opportunities and volatility in the foreign exchange market, and cleared over $7 billion of verified backlogged forwards. Bank recapitalization to strengthen the resilience and global competitiveness of the banking sector, positioning it to support the $1 trillion economy. The launch of the non-resident bank verification number, the RBVN, to connect Nigerians abroad with home banking. The kickstarting the framework of the Nigerian Payment System Vision 2028 to accelerate digital transformation, deepen financial inclusion, and strengthen Nigerian position in the global payment system. To further protect bank customers and strengthen consumer confidence, the CBN launched the Unified Complaints Tracking System to streamline the management of consumer complaints against financial institutions. Alongside this, the USSD code of *959# was introduced for verifying licensed institutions and enhancing transparency in the Nigerian financial sector. The core objective of this engagement, therefore, is to sensitize members of the public on how the bank policies enhance their lives and livelihood and contribute to the growth and development of the Nigerian economy. I urge everyone here to rely only on information disseminated through the verifiable official channels of the Central Bank of Nigeria. This includes on our website at cbn.gov.ng, on our Facebook at Central Bank NG, on X, that's Twitter, at CenBank, on our YouTube at CenBank, on our Instagram at Central Banking. I also encourage you to respect and keep the Naira clean. Do not spray, hawk, mutilate, or counterfeit the Nigerian Naira. It is our critical national symbol. Our dedicated team is on hand to take you through presentations on different operations of the bank, ranging from the recent innovation in the Nigerian payment system, microfinance subsector activities, development in the foreign exchange market, protection of financial consumers, and all you need to know about the Naira. I urge you to participate actively and prepare your questions, which our team will address at the end of the presentation. Mutanen Kaduna, Kaduna garin gwamna, Kaduna garin ilimi, Kaduna garin kada, Kaduna birnin ba birni ba Kaduna. Ina muku barka da zuwa, ai taro lafiya.
Ni da na ga Hajiya ta fara watsa mutanen Kaduna ɗauka za ta yi ko da ɗan to shi kenan. Ni ɗin da kika ci sanya Hausan ba ni ne dai ta faɗo kaina dai in yi musu jawabi. A gurguje wadda ta yi magana yanzu ita take jagora a sashin da ke yada bayanin banki ko sadar da bayanai a madadin babban bankin ƙasa da kuma mu'amala dai da mutane na yau da kullum. Abinda kuma ta faɗa ta yi magana ne a madadin shi gwamnan babban bankin ƙasa wato Mr. Olayemi Kadoso, ta yi bayani akan irin ayyukan da nasarorin da aka samu tun daga zuwansu har wa yau, wanda suka hada da ƙarfafa darajar naira da dai makamantansu. Ta nuna farin cikin da kasancewar mutanen Kaduna a wannan ɗakin taro da kuma cewa da Allah kowa ya saurara, insha Allah za a shayar da mu daga kogin ilimin waɗannan manyan malumanmu da suka taho su yi mana jawabi daga babban bankin ƙasa Abuja. Kafin ita shi jagoran sashin jihar Kaduna na babban bankin ƙasa Malam Ahmed Dalhatu shi ma ya yi nuna farin cikinsa da kasancewanku a nan wajen, ya tabbatar mana da cewa Kaduna garin ilimi ne kuma ba za ku ba mu kunya ba. Za mu samu abin da muke bukata wajen a lokacin da za ku yi bayan malamin nan sun yi jawabi, tare da dai mana barka da isowa wannan babban birnin gwamna. To, a lokacin da Hajiya take magana, we had a lot of other dignitaries were trooping and everybody. First of all, let me say we acknowledge the presence of every participant who has made it here. I'm told the representative of the Honorable Commissioner of Finance, Kaduna State, Mr. Habib Lawal is here. Representative of the Honorable Commissioner, you are most welcome. Also, I'm told from the Ministry of Business, Innovation and Technology, we have the Directors of Admin and Finance and Business and Industrial Development, Malam Mahmoud, and Mr. Shedwa Kakaki. We are extremely pleased that you are here. Dukkan kuma yan baki da suka tattake suka zo na wajen muna godiya daga ranku. Yanzu nan kuma za mu shiga goodwill messages. Amadi. Okay, to. Yanzu akwai wakilin Commissioner na Human Services and Social Development Kaduna State, wato babban sakatare na wancan ma'aikatan Alhaji Ayatuddin Muhammad. PS, za mu gayyace ka kai delivering goodwill message ɗinka. Jama'a ku tafa ma permanent secretary.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The representative of the CBN governor here present with us, other members of the high table, kindly permit me to stand on the already established protocol. As introduced, I'm Hayatuddin Mohammed, and I'm the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Human Services and Social Development, Kaduna State. I'm here to represent the commissioner who is unavoidably absent due to other official engagements. I'm here to deliver her speech. But before I go to the speech, let me mention here that the Ministry of Human Services and Social Development, most of our activities rally around women, because it was formerly a Ministry for Women Affairs, and then it transformed to Ministry of Human Services and Social Development. So our activities deal with women, children, the vulnerable in the society, and people with special needs. I read her speech. Distinguished guests, esteemed participants, I'm honored to bring greetings from the Ministry of Human Services and Social Development of Kaduna State under the transformative leadership of our Governor, Senator Dr. Obasani, on the occasion of the Central Bank of Nigeria's Enlightenment Campaign, CBN Fair. The theme, driving alternative payment channels as tools for financial inclusion, growth, and accelerated economic development, resonates deeply with our Kaduna State's commitment to promoting economic empowerment and social welfare. We in Kaduna State recognize the pivotal role financial inclusion plays in fostering economic growth, reducing poverty, and enhancing the well-being of our citizens. It may interest you to note that the state currently stands out with over 2 million vulnerable population who are financially included under the social protection programs and initiatives that emphasize women economic empowerment. It may also interest you to know that the state government has budgeted the sum of 5 billion naira in the 2025 budget to support women-led businesses in the state. This amount is ready for disbursement to women-registered cooperative groups across the state and the area. Thank you. So the state will provide women with enabling environment for productivity and economic growth. In the light of this, the state government commends the effort of the CBN to stimulate productivity, deepen financial inclusion, and ensure monetary and price stability to align with the current government's commitment to unlocking economic empowerment objectives. Your initiatives like the Nigerian Payment System Vision 2028, the unified tracking system of today's campaign on driving alternative payment channels effectively demonstrates the CBN commitment and dedication towards supporting government in collaborating, leveraging technology and innovation for economic development in Nigeria. I therefore encourage all participants to engage actively in this enlightenment campaign, leveraging the knowledge and opportunities presented to drive economic growth and development in Kaduna State. Together, we can harness the potentials of alternative payment channels to create a more inclusive and prosperous economy for our citizens, especially the poor, the underserved, and the less privileged. We thank you, CBN, for organizing this impactful event. I wish each and everyone fruitful deliberations and a successful outcome at the end of the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Permanent Secretary, representing Commissioner, Honorable Commissioner, Human Services and Social Development, Kaduna State, Haji Arabi Salisu. The Permanent Secretary, of course, Mr. Hayatuddin Mohammed. Please let me acknowledge in our midst also representing Honorable Commissioner Finance. Very important. Please let's put our hands together. Permanent Secretary Habib Lawal. He has been here with us. Oversight initially, PS. So now we're just going to do this briefly, 2 minutes. Women leader. Women leader, Mrs. Benkude, let's have your, my director will not allow me, if I invite goodwill messages and the women leader is not. Women, naga ba ku tafa ga shugaba fa ta fito. Leader, aminti biyu me naki goodwill message. Thank you.
Market women, oh yeah. Market women, oh yeah. Permit me to stand on the existing protocol. Good morning, all. Permit me to use our natural language we use in the market. So as we gather here this morning, we have come, make we hear what CBN get for us. And we now all know, say, market na him be the place where everybody they come. No religion for market. No party for market. If you come buy something, I no go say because you know be from PDP or APC, I no go sell for you. We go sell for you. So market na the place where we say it they unite people. So if we call market a united nation, we no go say no, we no do well. So market na united nation. Make I hear whether na true or no be true. So as we gather this morning, CBN, when I know say market women, now then they drive your economy. Because you know go one buy Lipton, go Central Market, go buy. The kiosk wey dey by your side, na there you dey run go. Buy your bread there, drink your tea, comot. So as we gather, we dey lis ten to una. So make una help us as little business people wey dey by your side, wey you go fit run to anytime. Make una help us, make we ma enjoy the goodies wey government get for us. Thank you very much. As we come, as we gather, I know we will not go the same. We will benefit from this gathering. I thank the organizers, and I pray that we also will have a success story. Thank you very much.
You know, saying a learning we come to do here. Market women, oh yeah. And for the rest of us, next time you will leave your house, if you want to go market, just tell people, say, I dey go United Nations. You just say, I dey go United Nations. Then you say a market leader, women leader, say, now United Nations. But thank you very much, Mrs. Benkure. So finally, let's just take on behalf of the youth of this country, today and tomorrow, Coordinator NYSC Kaduna State. Let's have your... Oh, wow. Wait. Coordinator, 1 minute. Just, yeah. So wait. Me, I don't understand something. Wait, make we wait. These Ogawe they here, they represent NYSC. And the students I see they do a luta. Now because you want tomorrow make them mobilize you, Abina and a compass they do a luta. But let's put our hands together for ourselves. Greatest Nigerian students and youth.
The chairman of this occasion, members of the high table, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am here on behalf of NYSC to give a brief. NYSC is a leading youth organization in the entire world. And we are proud to partner with the central bank. We have been collaborators with the central bank. And our youths are vanguards of passing whichever kind of policy that any serious organization has. If you collaborate with NYSC, we will definitely step down that policy to the grassroots level. We have an advantage of a universal presence, both from the rural to the urban communities. We also have programs which we use to pass any policy successfully. Therefore, I once again say we are proud to partner with Central Bank, and we also encourage every serious organization to collaborate with NYSC in passing or driving policies, national policies, to the grassroots level. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now we shall be quick. I would like to invite members of the high table to this point, the heads of all the security agencies, heads of delegations. Please do join them. Let's have the group photo up. Please queue in the walkthrough on our social media, and that will be next, so that we could, please let's come forward for the group photograph. Thank you. Heads of delegations of all the security agencies, please do join them. The representative of the VC CASU, please, Dean of Student Affairs, please do have your say. I suppose those students are from CASU. They have made their presence known, and so let them. Yes, I'm going to spice it up. Let's get. So now, Just come for. I know. Look at it. See now, this picture now, this program, you go anybody will watch and for us go think say now only big men can't do their thing, and they don't know say now youth plenty pass. Call members of the greatest Nigerian coppers.
Always check
Hey,
if a financial institution is registered with the CBN.
DJ, hold on now.
Avoid
Who be platoon leader here? I bet we are CLO for Kaduna. They in there here.
because others are doing.
Now no say we do it.
Four,
Any CLO for here?
check
Make una appoint one. Give me 5/5 coppers. Now no wait time me. 5/5, 3 coppers. Come here quickly, please. Come and join this group of 5/5. 5/5. Just wait. But Chris, when? She wants them to spice. Just 3. Okay, we no see now. Wait. We go do the general one, but we just want to sprinkle the core members. But one woman must there, at least one woman must there among go. Well, we just want representative now. Okay, make we take una here. CIBN Kaduna State, ICANN Kaduna State chapters. I've just been told that you have been here in the house. CIBN chair, ICANN lead, please join this team. The CIBN. Hold on. This thing, Chris, you're not going to move and come out, so. Come, somebody should come and, where are our ushers there now? Ushers.
Thank you.
ICANN. They don't tell me now. I go recognize. ICANN. Gentlemen, call members.
So you didn't recognize card polling and the students are around.
Please, call members, quickly join. Okay. Please, Mrs. Sarah Balami, Dean of CPMS Card Poly. I beg no verse, they no tell me. But make a create space close to Mama Coppers. Dean, please come and join her. Please, where is the Dean from Card Poly? Ushers, please lead her to join. I'm bringing the CIBN, please. CIBN. Women leader, please. Yanzu abin da ke zamu.
Yawa, sai su ma dauke su.
Da Allah. Acting director, we don't buy market. 1 minute, last one. Coppers, me wanna go sit down. No, go, men, go sit down, go come. Our women leader is here for you. Please. No, it's the student. Don't worry. Mother, I say I don't do, no worry. We will be student. So please, the student community, what CASU, CAT Poly, AFIS, I beg the heads of the delegations, the dean, the commander, the who, make we come out, come do our own now. We will be students. Where the SUG president will come meet me there. Oga, please come with your student. Make una come. We get student here. We go come. So market women. We go come closer with market women now. Make we do it in bring up. All right. Make we hurry up. Of the greatest Nigerian students, of the greatest Gbogbo, Bagban, Gidigban. You could not say no be only this one they do today. Ancestors don't do and tete. All right, quickly. Our women leader is waiting for you. Are you ready for her? Okay, you're going more. Make we sharp, students, make we now. All right, please. Now wow, this students team matter no one end. Of the greatest Nigerian students. Wait. It be like say we go do it in lawyers. They call adjournment. We go adjourn this photo session till after. Please, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring on stage now. Technical cue in. I beg, who they push the students come and make you put and pause. Please pause now. Make you pause this matter. Make we listen to it and bring us come here. Of the greatest Nigerian students, ever articulate Nigerian students, I want to say, I want to yarn, I want to appeal. Say, make we go sit down now. Put your hands together for yourselves. Yes, thank you very much. Now we are bringing on stage market women, oh eh. Na Allah kuzo minti agurguje market women. Now so a second slide in the Mr. Obinali Okoli zai magana akai wannan walk through na social media handles din mu kai market women fa ai sun ce market women ke wajen nan gaba daya fa. So ba market women, but this is the United Nations organization. Kiris, to da Allah wasu ku su zauna a zazzauna kai. Ajiya na ce muku harkar market women din nan da dai. To jama'a. Market women, oh yeah. To market women, make we snap, make we con they go kai. Safe as what? Photographer, take the one where you don't take. make we go start this program. Now, market women, I see you stand up for Antonia. Okay. Anyway, they say no woman, no nation. I beg, you don't. I beg it. I beg, I beg now. Make we do the one we bring us. Come. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Market women, oh yeah. I beg, now we don't snap photo finish. Make we go sit down, listen to waiting, then go talk. I beg you, technical, put that crew. So I beg, what I want to tell us, we say, you know, say no be everybody. Fi waka go central bank office. And because now be one of the reasons we will bring this thing come here. But those of you now will be Gen Zs, where they social media handle. When they start, now we clap for this our organs, then big people, they go come back to their seats. Our social media, Oga Obinali, time don't do it, go come tell them. If I know fee waka go central bank, and I want to know what thing they do for central bank, how I go fee follow? They tell me say na 30 seconds to go use, but because you be my party, I don't increase them to 1 minute. Make you tell them, tell our people, how you now go fee follow activities of central bank through social media. Oh yeah, I beg my people, make we listen. Coppers, we.
No go serve. Greatest Nigerian students. Market women. Market women. Kaduna, I greet you. My name is Naopi, but leave my name. You know, it's not easy for CBN to go every nation or every state for this country. Even if we do, it will take us a while to get to everybody. How many of you that don't hear of social media? Facebook, raise your hand. Instagram, Twitter, Coppers. I'm sure all of you have, Abi. Okay. So let me just tell you that as we dare here, all the things what we do, they watch them for social media. All the things what we do, we are seeing it live on social media. So it is also easy for us in Kaduna to watch all the things when CBN they do for other parts of the country. So I'm here to tell you quickly about the Central Bank of Nigeria social media handles. I'll just take 10 seconds. Look at various handles: Facebook, X or Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. For those of you now when they find work, LinkedIn is a good place for you to be. And then of course, YouTube. But first, we go start with CBN website. Technical, hold on. Technical, hold on. This is the Central Bank of Nigeria website. That is the address below. Snap them. Open your phone. Now. Follow. Check out all the things that we have, because everything that we are going to talk about here is already on our website. Yeah. It's there. www.cbn.gov.ng. Write it down. Everything the Central Bank of Nigeria does, we always put it out on our website. So every once in a while, take out time. Go CBN website and you will understand what they do. And if you have any questions, you can reach us. Next, we have our X, or formerly called Twitter. The CBN Twitter handle has over 1.6 million users as of today. So I want Kaduna to be part of that 1.6. In fact, by tomorrow, I want it to turn to 1.8. Is it possible? So if you like, bring out your phones. You can follow the bank on X as we speak right now. Students, coppers, open your phone. Just follow at X and you will get involved in the CBN community. The bank also has over 190,000 followers on Instagram. This program is showing live on Instagram. If you doubt, follow on Instagram and you will see the program live. So, okay, please take out time. Follow us on Instagram. We have over 192,000 followers. On LinkedIn, students, take this one very carefully. Oh. LinkedIn, we have over 62,000 followers on LinkedIn. Okay? The handles are there. Just type at Central Bank of Nigeria on LinkedIn. You will see it. Follow. All the information you need about Central Bank and all our activities are all there. On YouTube, all our videos, the video of this program will be showing on YouTube. Immediately after this program, you will see the whole 3-hour thing. We are showing it live, but if you want to go back and watch it again and see how now they take picture with Madam, he did there. Okay? And then on Facebook, we have over 300,000 followers. What am I saying? The Central Bank of Nigeria is all around you. It is for you to take out your phones as we speak right now. If you get data, just follow. If you are followed, please raise your hand. Congratulations. Congratulations. Which one did you follow? I say congratulations because today is the beginning of your wisdom. All the things that we will say here, una go begin here. We left Kano. We had over 1,000 people that followed up. Kaduna will not be left behind. Okay? So, and finally, for those who know they do social media, please, if you have any information or you have anything to inquire about the Central Bank of Nigeria, this is the Central Bank of Nigeria's contact center number. We operate Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. every of these days. Please call, make your inquiries. If you want to have a complaint, you can ask and we would advise you on how best to follow up. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your time and God bless you. God bless the Federal Bank of Nigeria. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much. Don't waste time. Follow us now. Now.
Una don't follow. Una don't follow. In this man, they're generous. So if you, I don't know why I no talk saying they give price for people who follow. For Kano, I seen they dash them something. I don't know what you do for Kaduna. We they move on sharp. I want to recognize, I'm bringing the next presenter, but FIRS, Hawashehu, Sueba Abdullah, we recognize Abeg in a very special way. We don't hail the women, market women, will be United Nations. But now some men, they prepare the things where women they sell for their United Nations. Ladies and gentlemen, Farmers Association, all the elders of that association, they beg, I take God, you beg una, not be say we no recognize, would they recognize una? Make una clap for the, I beg, I want to hear applause for farmer. Now, because of them, you chop today. We thank you. So now, ladies and gentlemen, the Tory don't begin. My Oga Obinali don't tell you now, for those of now, we get a mobile phone, say if you want hear correct Tory, original or no be them say, make you just follow all of these handles. You go get them sharp. We go begin with the Oga Madam. We go talk to us about payment system policy. Oga Madam go take 5 minutes, just do a summary of what be this payment system policy. We want save time so that we want hear from una. We sure say you get plenty information where una want tell us. We sure say you get plenty to where una want we go give una time that today we don't come Kaduna. So I beg make una jam una hand together, left and right, as I bring on top this place where they tanda so. Haji, no be now Mrs. Gambo Amamatu, no be now Haji I want enter that my paper, no be him. Now Mrs. Gambo Amamatu, I make we bring her. My people now know I hear what she go talk. And 5 minutes. Now just summary, they say, we'll allow them talk.
All right. So, good morning again. I'm standing on the existing protocol. Since I've been given 5 minutes, I will just take us through the initiatives that the CBN has done in the payment system, like ecosystem. Go on. The next slide, please. So the CBN has been deepening the payment system ecosystem in Nigeria, and especially the digital financial system. We have a lot of payment channels, but these are the main initiatives that the CBN has brought out, which we want you to be aware of. We will start with the agent banking. The agent banking is just provision of financial services by a financial institution through an agent. The agent will be appointed by the financial institution to relate with people on its behalf. Regulatory sandbox is an innovation that we have provided. If you have any innovation, especially the fintechs, that do not have any license category by the CBN, you can come to the regulatory sandbox, try your innovation there, and we'll see how marketable that innovation is, how feasible that innovation is. The open banking is another innovation. This is just sharing of data among financial institutions. So for example, if you have a bank has the data of a customer in its database, and another bank wants to use that information, the banks can share that information among themselves. They use what we call APIs, Application Program Interface, to share that information. And we're still driving the Cashless Nigeria initiative, which is to reduce the amount of cash in the economy and for you to adopt the payment channels. We are all aware of the cashless drive that we have. So we are still deepening that cashless drive. And moving on to another innovation is the quick response code. This is another payment channel that you don't have to impute your card, PIN, or anything. You just scan the code and it will take you straight to the payment channel. So it makes it very quick and easy to use that code. Since I've been given 5 minutes to talk, these are the major initiatives that we have apart from the other ones that we are aware, like the POS, the ATMs, the mobile money, the contactless codes, the USSD codes. All these are still available, but these are the major initiatives that we are bringing on board. So thank you for listening and have a nice day.
Oh, so say. Okay. Make una clap for our presenter again now. That was a presentation by Mrs. Gambo Hamamoto of the Payment Systems Policy Department. Yanzu zan kira ɗan uwa mai gidana Malam Bello Lawali daga we are going to be having the next presentation. And to do it, it's Mr. Bello Lawli, but also he is going to give a summary in Hausa for the benefit of our Hausa speakers of the earlier presentation and then speak to his own presentation. Let's welcome Malam Bello Lawali.
Okay, Tom. No, roll the other one, the first one. Jama'a barkanmu da kwana. An tashi lahiya. Mun ka kwana. My name is Lawali Bello. I'm presenting. So again, my name is Lawali Bello. I'm presenting for other financial institution supervision department of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Okay, so we are going to take you through some of the effort of the Central Bank of Nigeria in deepening financial inclusion as well as financial system stability, and the effort done through this department we call Office. Next slide. So Office is a specialized department created by Central Bank of Nigeria about 20 years ago. And that department is in charge of two banks. You know, we have different types of banks. We have the commercial banks, we have the development finance banks, and the rest. This department is in charge of two banks. The first one is the microfinance bank, and then the second one are the primary mortgage banks. I will emphasize more on microfinance banks, particularly because of the women leaders, our youths, our farmers, and small traders. Microfinance banks were created purposely for women, farmers, artisans, and small traders. I will speak in Hausa a bit. Microfinance banks su ake ce makananan bankuna. Wayannan bankuna an kirkiro su ne musamman saboda mata masu kananan sana'o'i, maza masu kananan sana'o'i, ɗalibai da kuma mutane da ke aiki na hannu domin su je su samu jari ko kuma su aro kuɗi domin ƙara jarinsu da kuma girmama sana'ansu. While primary mortgage banks su an ƙirƙiro su ne kawai saboda neman bashi domin gina gidaje. In kana da fili kana son ka gina gida ko kuma kana son ka sai gida, kana iya zuwa a primary mortgage banks ka bude account, ka yi running account ɗinka for a minimum of 6 months, and then za ka iya neman bashi a wajensu. Bashin primary mortgage banks yakan ɗauki har zuwa daga shekara 10, shekara 15 har zuwa shekara 20. So shi ake ce ma long term loans. While bashin da ake karɓa through microfinance banks saboda ƙananan sana'o'i ne ya tashi daga wata 6 zuwa kuma wata 12. Next slide. Now, these are some of the mandate of Office. In Office, we supervise microfinance banks, as I said, and primary mortgage banks. So what do we do in supervising these institutions? One, we ensure that they have capital adequacy. That means they have robust capital so that in the event there's any loss, that capital will be able to absorb that loss and the bank will continue to go without any problem. Secondly, we also ensure that they comply with our regulations. You can see on the social media, TVs and other places, you will see that from time to time we issue policies, we give guidelines, we provide circulars, and the rest and the rest. So we go as Office to ensure that these banks comply with these policies and programs. We also ensure that if there are any guidelines that we send to them, they comply with these guidelines. Thirdly, we ensure that they also have a robust risk management. Abinda Hausa ake ce ma rashin ɗauka abubuwan da ke da hatsari da yawa, shi a risk management. Idan banki muka ga zai ɗauko wani abu da ya fi ƙarfin shi, za mu dakatar da shi. So yana daga cikin abubuwan da Office ke yi. Na hudu, suna ensuring cewa akwai operational soundness. Abinda ake cewa operational soundness shine yanda suke tahiyar da abubuwan su, sun yi su ne cikin tsari da nagarta. Idan muka hango akwai matsala a cikin wannan, za mu dakatar da su, za mu kuma tabbatar da cewa sun yi abin da ya dace. Domin me? Domin masu ajiya a wajensu. Before I continue, I will ask, how many of us here maintain accounts with microfinance banks? If you have, please, can you raise your hand? Market women, only 2. These banks are purposely created for you. Please take time, visit them, open accounts, and obtain loans. When we go through, you will see some of the loans that you can get from these banks. Next slide, please. Now, for the four mandate that the department has, we try to ensure that first, your savings, if you have any money with these banks, is protected. We ensure that this bank continue to go as a going concern, and we make sure that these banks can give you your money anytime you visit them. Make your savings, go there, collect it anytime you want, and that is one of the functions of that's one of the things that Central Bank is doing for you. Secondly, we also ensure that you have access to loans. A wannan zan yi bayani a Hausa. Za ku samu damar karɓan bashi a microfinance banks. Basu sukan kuma an yi su ne musamman saboda masu ƙaramin ƙarfi. Za ka iya zuwa ka karɓi naira 500,000, 200,000, 300,000 ko kuma 50,000. Wayannan basu sukan kana iya biyan su kullun, maybe ka je ka aje naira 1,000, naira 10,000, ko kuma kana iya biya sati-sati ko wata-wata. Ya danganta abin da ya tsakaninka da kai da bankin ka da ka je. So ku yi ƙoƙari ku je wayannan bankunan. Akwai bankunan nan a ƙauyuka wayanda muke ce ma unit microfinance banks. Akwai waɗanda za ka samu a ko'ina a cikin jiha waɗanda muke ce ma state microfinance banks. Akwai kuma waɗanda za ka same su a ko'ina ka je a cikin ƙasa su ake ce ma national microfinance banks. Dukkan waɗannan bankunan suna da ƙa'idojin da Central Bank ta shata musu kuma dole su bi kuma suna bi. So ku je a cikin kwanciyar hankali, ku bude account ɗinku, ku yi hulɗa ta arziki da waɗannan bankuna. Na uku, suna promoting home ownership. Me ake ce ma home ownership? Both microfinance bank in ka je kana da ɗan ƙaramin hili, akwai abin da muke ce ma housing microfinance. Housing microfinance. Kana da fili, kana son ka yi DPC, za ka iya zuwa wurin microfinance ka karɓo bashi. Wannan bashin saboda an san cewa gini ya ɗaukan lokaci, Central Bank ya ba da dama kana expanding har zuwa wata 24. Policy ɗinmu shine wata 6 zuwa 12. Amma saboda masu gine-gine an ba da shi har zuwa wata 24. On this, I also speak in English. For housing microfinance, the Central Bank of Nigeria expanded the period in which you can get this loan, and that can be up to 24 months. So if you have a land and you want to build installmentally, you can go to these banks and obtain these loans. Am I clear, please? You can go to microfinance banks and get what is called housing microfinance. You can also get small loans for your businesses. And then secondly, we also reduce financial inclusion. Because we license institutions in the rural areas, in semi-urban areas, and even in the urban areas. This is to ensure that you don't need to go far for you to have access, for you to make savings, for you to get loans, for you to make deposit, or for you to also make withdrawal or transfers to whoever you want to do. So we license institutions in your localities. When you go back home, check around you, you may have 1 or 2 microfinance banks around you. So you don't need to go to the city center. Get your banks to do that. Next slide. Now, this is also talking about micro loans. We are emphasizing on micro loans because Central Bank of Nigeria is trying as much as possible to reduce poverty. And one of the areas you can reduce poverty is access to loans. Access to loans, access to financial services. And that is why we say we are trying to reduce financial inclusion. The number of people that are excluded, that don't have access to savings, access to payments, access to loans, insurance, and all the rest. So that is one of the functions of Central. Go next. Now, these are some of the notable achievements of the Central Bank of Nigeria in licensing microfinance banks. Prior to today, we have less than around 400 microfinance banks. But as we speak today, we licensed over 820 microfinance banks. Over 820. So if you compare that with the number of local governments we have in Nigeria, the number of microfinance banks are even higher than the number of local government we have. This is to reduce financial inclusion. This is also for you to have access to these banks. I also speak this in the house. No, go back, please. Go back. Now, kahin number microfinance bank, which are kananan bankunan da ke gare mu a Nigeria, where ƙasa ga shekara ƙasa 400. Amma a yau da muke magana da ku, muna da microfinance bank sun yi 820 a lunguna da sakunkuna na ƙasa. In kana da buƙatar aji kuɗinka, in kana da buƙatar maybe karɓan bashi, za ka iya zuwa wannan bankuna. And then another thing da nake so in ce shine, Bashin microfinance bank wa'anda ƙasa 500, 250 da rest ba dole bane sai ka ba da collateral. Ba dole bane sai ka je ka ba da wani abu an rike sannan a baka bashi na'a. Za ka iya karɓa ba tare da wannan ba, muddin ka tabbatar ma banki cewa za ka yi sana'a ne ba zai ka je ka yi sharholiya ba. Next slide. Next slide. Now, these are some of the areas we support financial inclusion. The first one is the rural microfinance bank license, which I just explained. We have microfinance banks in rural areas. We are trying to bring banking close to you. And let me say this, these banks are insured. They have insurance of the NDIC. So your money is secured, your money is guaranteed, even if there is anything. And we are there to protect you. We are there to prevent these banks from failure. So that is one of the functions. Secondly, we have agent banking. Agent banking, I'll also explain this in Hausa. Agent banking shi ne ake cewa banki ta hanyar wakilci. Yana daga cikin abubuwan da Hajiya ta yi bayani daga farko. Agent banking shi ne wani wakili na banki wanda ba banki ba. Zai zo ya rika wasu abubuwa wanda banki ke yi. Zai bude, zaka iya zuwa can ka bude account, zaka iya zuwa can ka yi deposit, zaka iya zuwa wajen shi ka yi making withdrawal. A agent banki muna da agent kala uku. Akwai waɗanda CBN ke ce ma ya sunan su? Wa ya sani anan kalan agent din da ke gare mu? Okay, akwai super agent. Super agent shi ana ba shi license, shi kuma yana da wasu sub agent a ƙarƙashin shi. So yana iya samu akalla sub agent guda 50 da za su yi ƙauyuka domin karɓan kuɗi. So yana wakiltar banki, su kuma suna wakiltar shi. Ana akwai wayanda ake ce ma sole agent. Su kuma sole agent su ne ke hulɗa direct daga banki. Banki bayan ya yi due diligence ɗin shi, zai ba su takarda cewa za ku iya zuwa ku karɓi kuɗi, ku bude account, ko ku yi making payment maimakon ni. Then we have consumer protection. My sister will talk about that in detail. And then we also have digital services. For our youth, we know we can open accounts without even going to banks now. Is that true? Is that correct? You can open your account without going to bank. You can also make transactions, make deposits, buy air ticket, pay for maybe DSTB or any other utility business that you went to. You don't need to go to bank for you to do business. All these are initiatives that the central bank also does. Now, I'll also explain what we call regulatory sandbox. Because of our youth corps members, abinda Hajiya ta yi bayani da Turanci, zai yi bayani a Hausa. Idan kana da wani tunani ko wani technology da ke son ka jarraba wanda yanzu babu shi a cikin ƙasa, kana iya zuwa hanyar central bank ka shiga wannan shiri da muke cewa sandbox, kamar akwatin ƙasa na wasa wanda aka rufe. Za ka zo ka yi try mu gani in yayi, so za a baka license ka ci gaba da shi. Yana daga cikin initiative din da Central Bank of Nigeria ta kirkiro da shi. So if you have any idea, if you have IT savvy people here and that you know it has not been tested in Nigeria, please do not hesitate to contact us so that you can test this idea. We will give you a platform to test that idea. And then if it works, better for the country, better for you, and better for all of us. Back to my slides, please. Okay, so next slide. Now, in conclusion, as office, a department under Central Bank of Nigeria, a specialized unit that supervises microfinance banks and primary mortgage banks. We are diligent in our work, and we try as much as possible to ensure that the financial system and stability is sound and is safe for you to operate. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much. I be think say when I go clap more for this Oga we speak English and Hausa. So next we'll be having financial. There is a department called the Financial Markets Department in the Central Bank of Nigeria. You are going to hear from them. I know Mr. Kone is here in the house. Please let's have him come speak to the great people of Kaduna State. Okay.
10 minutes. Good morning, Kaduna. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of everybody here, ladies and gentlemen. So today, the financial market will be speaking on building a stronger Naira and how it affects you and I. A financial market is actually a process or a market that allows people who want to buy and sell different financial instruments to trade amongst themselves. As it affects the Naira, next slide, we'll be speaking basically on foreign exchange markets and the debt markets. By the debt market, we mean government securities, treasury bills, bonds, and sukuk instruments, which are ways by which you can invest and get returns for your investments in a safe manner in which you are sure of your principal and all your money. Can we go to the next slide, please? Prior to now, before the unification of rates, as was explained in the governor's remark, we came from a situation in which the official exchange rate and the black market rate had a disparity of over 400 naira. But today, with what the central bank has done, we have been able to unify the official rate and the black market rates. And we have a very minimal difference. And we are working harder to make it possible that the rate you get in the bank will be the same rate you will get from the BDC or the parallel markets when you want to transact. So next slide, please. We'll talk about what makes the Naira where it is today. Why is the rate of the Naira an average of 1,490 to 1,520? The Naira is determined in the new regime, by demand and supply. When I mean demand and supply, I mean by how much Naira we have and how much dollar we have. Nigeria is mainly a single economy, export economy country. The only products we export is oil, crude oil. And crude oil is the main source of our dollar revenue in this country. And this determines how we value our currency. So as Nigerians, we are encouraged to always patronize made in Nigerian goods. By patronizing made in Nigeria goods, we put less demand for the dollar. We encourage our people to wear clothes which are made in Nigeria, to wear things and consume products which are made in Nigeria. We believe that once we put less pressure on the dollar by demanding more foreign products, we will not need to have these problems we have as at now, or which we are addressing. What has the CBN done, and what modalities did we do to put and create the market in which the official rates and the parallel market rates to become extremely close or almost breached? The CBN in 2023, November, introduced the Electronic Foreign Exchange Management System. Next slide, please. The Electronic Foreign Exchange Matching System. This is a computer-based system which works on demand and supply. It allows everybody who wants dollar, all the authorized dealer banks, to put their demands on the market. And everybody who wants to purchase can put their demands on the market. So what this does is that it encourages transparency. And this has led to true price discovery. We have left a regime in which there was a subsidy and people were buying dollar at 400 while other people were buying at 700. What we have done now is to unify it, that the same rate which the man in front buys dollar from his bank, the last person behind can access dollar at the same rate. Can we go to the next slide, please, too? Now, part of the issues we have had and what has driven our exchange rates is the fact that people do not have trust in the Naira, and people have continued to hoard the dollar. And when we hoard things, it means we are reducing the supply of this commodity in the market. And this has been what has been putting a pressure on the Naira. So by this, we are trying to encourage people to always save their funds in the Naira. And now we're talking of safe government ways you can invest your funds. We can remember a couple of years ago, people invested in products like MMM and they lost their money. But today we are talking of products which are guaranteed by the full strength of Nigeria and the central bank. The first products we'll talk about are treasury bills and bonds. The FGN saving bond is a means by which you can save it as little as 5,000 naira. It is open to market women, corpers, artisans, businessmen, and whoever. You could walk into either your commercial bank or you go to your microfinance bank and tell them you want to invest in the FGN savings bond. The minimum investment amount is 5,000 naira, and the bonds run from 2 to 3 years, and you'll be paid an interest every 6 months. Your interest will be guaranteed, and at the end of the period of the bond, if it's 2 to 3 years, you will get your principal paid and guaranteed. If, for example, you feel, oh, we should not invest in that manner, the CBN and the government of Nigeria has introduced the Sukuk bond, the FGN Sukuk bond. This is a non-interest security which adheres to Islamic standards. It allows you to be a part of government. When the federal government advertises for a government Sukuk bond to be issued, they come out clearly and say, we want to build Lagos, or we want to build Abuja Kaduna Expressway. The public is told the cost of this project is XYZ. What raising this amount from the markets. And this way, we allow you, every Nigerian is allowed to invest with a minimum of 10,000 naira. You go to your bank and say, I want to be part of the repair of Abuja Kaduna Expressway. And then you go to your bank with a 10,000 naira deposit, your money will be invested, and then you will receive rental income every 6 months, which is an ethical means of generating revenue for yourself. I would like to encourage you that the institutions through which you can access these bonds, either the FGM bond, the treasury bills, or your Sukuk bonds, are only through your authorized dealer banks, which are your commercial banks, your microfinance banks, and your stockbrokers. Thank you very much for listening.
Please, let's put our hands together for our facilitator there one more time. Oga Edevi Kone from Financial Markets Department. Please, let me just state that all these presenters will come up here to attend to your questions. So I hope you are taking note of your questions for them. Next, we'll be having, how we jump go financial markets? Oga Currency of Consumer Protection and Financial Inclusion Department, Mrs. Zuera Aliu, is coming to tell us very important things we need to know. Please, let's watch out.
Good morning, distinguished guests. Good morning, our core members. You are all welcome to this important session. So I'm going to take you through the presentation of the Consumer Protection and Financial Inclusion Department. Please, next slide. So I want to encourage everyone to please listen attentively. Consumer Protection and Financial Inclusion Department of the CBN has the following mandates. So what we do importantly is that we resolve consumer complaints. So for example, if you have complaints with your banks and those banks or financial institutions are unable to resolve your complaints, you have the liberty to please write to the Consumer Protection and Financial Inclusion Department. So we have here in our outline, we have the rights as a consumer, we have the responsibility, we have what happens if you do not meet your financial obligations, what happens if the FI fails to meet its obligations. We talk about the fraud and scams, internal dispute resolution channels, and then financial inclusion in conclusion. Next slide, please. So I believe all of us have an account with our financial institutions, whether the commercial banks, or maybe the microfinance banks, or the fintechs, which are the OPAs and money points. So the Central Bank of Nigeria regulates all these institutions. So once you have a complaint that is unresolved, that the financial institution failed to attend to you, you can please escalate your complaints to us. And we assure you we'll do our best towards resolution of the complaints. So it's important for you to know what your rights and responsibilities are. For example, we have the right to be informed. So when you go to your bank and you are not too clear about any product or any information, you please have the right to sit with the bank officials and they explain to you in details what they meant by any clause or conditions. So you have the right to choose. So you have the right to choose whichever bank you want to operate with. You have the right to choose whatever products they have, and you have the right to choose whether to bank with them or not to bank with them. So we have right to safety. You also have the right to safety because you keep your funds with the banks. So the banks have the responsibility to ensure that your funds are protected. Next slide, please. So we have the right, you have the right to consumer education. What we are doing currently is to sensitize the public. So this is part of our mandate. We have a division called Consumer Education and Evaluation Division. So for the core members, we normally go to camps across the 6 geopolitical zones. There's what we call the NAPGEP program, National Peer Educator Program. So we go there to actually do financial literacy. The reason behind this is for financial inclusion, because these core members at the end of their service, they are going to be taken to their primary places of assignment. So for them to cascade what they have learned and also bring those that have been excluded onto the financial system. So you have the right to confidentiality. So whatever information you provide to the bank or you give to the bank, the bank has a responsibility to ensure that those information are safeguarded. So for you, you also have the right to secure your PINs or secure whatever instrument you've been given. So right to redress. This is another one. If you have any complaint, you can walk into your bank and seek redress. Next slide, please. So right to be treated fairly. You have the right to be treated fairly. There is no difference between ethnic groups or religion or anything different from what the bank might see as you don't have right to. So the next slide. So what are your own responsibility? Duty of knowledge and understanding. So we have several documents which is public, which you can Google and read. One of them is the Guide to Charges by Banks and Financial Institutions. This document spelled out all the charges that banks are supposed to charge. So when you go through your transactions or statement of account and you find out that there are some charges which you are not aware of, so it's good you go back to those documents and find out whether those charges are legit or not. If they are not, you can please write to your bank or escalate it to the Consumer Protection and Financial Inclusion Department. So duty to meet or honor financial obligation. It is your duty to meet this obligation. For example, those that take loans from banks. So whenever you're given loan, it is your duty to repay as at when due. So you have the offer letters, you have the conditions, So you're supposed to read through and ensure you understand what those are meant. So duty to protect your financial instruments and information. So when we talk about your PINs, your BVNs, for example, which sometimes were used to open accounts, and then we talk about the checkbooks and other key vital information. So you're supposed to secure this information. Next slide, please. Duty to provide accurate information. So whatever information you are given to the bank should be genuine, so that whenever they're looking for you, they can get you in good time. So duty to report on ethical practices and fraud. So this has to do with fraud or maybe scam. I'm going to summarize this. So for fraud, maybe if your funds are taken without your permission. So that is what, if they are fraudulently deducted from your accounts, for that you also have the right to escalate the complaints. So there's difference between scam and fraud. For scam, you are being convinced by yourself to send those monies into an account that you're not aware of. It is after you've done that that you realize that the person has scammed you. So we need to be aware of what we do. Next slide, please. So what happens if the financial institution fails to meet its obligation? So for example, you have a complaint. You walk to your bank and lodge that complaint, and the bank is not willing to resolve your complaints. What you need to do is just to take the following steps. Number one, you write to us, which is you address your complaint to the Director, Consumer Protection and Financial Institution Department. You detail all your grievances. If you have any evidences or receipts or attachments, and also your communication with your bank, you attach it and then submit to us. So before you do that, it is important to note that you have to go to your bank and lodge these complaints. When you get to your bank, they give you what is called a tracking number. It's a unique identifier. Each customer has a unique number that will be given to his complaint. So when you're lodging these complaints to us, you attach the tracking number as well, your correspondence with the bank, and also all relevant information. Next slide, please. So for complaints that you're sending through email, we have a dedicated email address, which is the cpd@cbn.gov.ng. cpd@cbn.gov.ng. So if you do not want to write a formal complaint to us, you can just go to the web email address, cpd@cbn.gov.ng. So you write your complaints and attach all the evidences. Next slide. So I've discussed on fraud and scam. We can go to the next slide, please. So for tips to protect yourself from fraud and scam, you keep your PIN secret, you set a limit on your account, you never trust phone calls, SMS, emails, or you also protect your BVN. Next slide, please. So this is also talking about the fraud and scam, which encourages you to put a SIM lock on your SIM and also block your ATM card immediately if you observe that there is a fraud on your account. So for this blocking of ATM, there is a unique code by each bank. Each bank has a unique code that before you go to them, if it's something urgent, you quickly use that USSD code. If you search your bank's website, you will see the unique USSD code of that bank for blocking ATM or blocking an account. Next slide, please. So for this new resolution, I've already talked about it, which I said you either send an email or a formal letter, or you can use the website and the social media handle, which has been talked about. So any issue you have, you can put it there and it shall be picked and resolved. So this is part of what I've discussed, what you need to write when you're escalating a complaint to us. So it needs to be clear and concise. You need to address it well to the Director, Consumer Protection and Financial Inclusion Department. Your complaint must contain the name of the financial institution and also your relevant information like your account number, account name, phone number, and email address. Reason being, when we're responding to you, it should be very efficient for us to do so. Next slide, please. So this is defining financial inclusion, just like I said. So we leverage on the core members. We go to the 6 geopolitical zones to carry this sensitization, which is the NAPGAP program. And the reason for doing that is to cascade what we have learned or what you have learned to the grassroots. So this financial inclusion has to do with the strategy that is giving them the footprint that the women have 9% gap between the financial institution rate of men. So women are financially excluded when compared to men. Then we talked about the youth, which has 6% less financial included than those aged above 35. That is, we are talking about the youth. Then for the rural, there's the 20% rural-urban gap. So all this segmentation is telling us that we need to focus on these areas for financial inclusion. Next slide, please. So in conclusion, I would advise each and every one of you that have laid a complaint before and is unresolved, you can leverage on this session or meet me after the session. We can have a discussion so that I can follow up on your complaints and ensure that it's resolved. Thank you so much.
Please, let's put our hands together. The Consumer Protection Doyen. She has told you about your rights and responsibilities, as well as spoken to financial inclusion, what it is, and how the bank is going about propagating this very important message. So we have, like I said, this is the first phase they are presenting. We are going to be taking your feedback and questions. We are going to have the last presentation now on currency operations, specifically on currency operations issues. Okay, so my this Oga that just spoke, say I should tell you people again that this water they gave you is just to pursue the heat, that food has landed after the Q&A. When I don't hear, I will not be so. It says food has landed, so we should just relax. But again, before I call on Sadona, let me acknowledge all the people that are here, but specifically Chairwoman AYI Investment, Bakin Dogo Association Forum, Market Pilot, Kungiya Haɗin Kan Matasa, Provision and Commodities, duk kungiyoyin nan muna marhaban da kasancewar shugabanninku tare da mu a nan. So now let me bring on stage my Oga from Currency Operations and Branch Management Department, Mr. Usman Umar Saddauna. Jama'a ba ku tafa ba, Kaduna fa garin Saddauna ne. Amma dai shi ba na Kaduna ba ne.
The Naira is our national pride. Good morning, the beautiful people of Kaduna State. Please permit me to stand on existing protocol. My name is Umar Usman Shehu, representing the Currency Operations and Branch Management Department. I'm here to speak to you on what we all know, that is the only tangible product that the Central Bank of Nigeria produces, which is the Naira. And we all love the Naira, right? So the Naira is our national pride. So The purpose of this presentation is to remind you of the role of Central Bank of Nigeria as the only entity saddled with the responsibility of issuing the legal tender currency for the Nigerian population, which is the Naira. And on the other hand side, while it shoulders this responsibility, it has a policy which is called the clean note policy. And in this policy, on the one hand, there's the role of the Central Bank of Nigeria, which is to issue you with quality banknotes. And on the other hand side is your own role as the good people of Nigeria in ensuring that these notes remain in circulation as clean. That is the purpose of this presentation. Next slide. These are the banknotes we have in Nigeria, and as well as the currency coins we have in Nigeria. And they are all legal tender currency. I could remember in Kano, somebody asked a question that why is it that the coins are not in circulation? They are not in circulation, not because they are not legal tender currency. They are still legal tender currency, but there are some other economic and social factors that necessitate that. And I want to seize this opportunity to encourage Nigerians to also remember that the using of coins is also part of our responsibility. And Central Bank of Nigeria is always there to supply us with the currency on demand. But when you don't demand it, of course, there is no need for supply. Next slide. So I now want to speak to security features. One of the major challenge of ensuring that our notes are clean and genuine is the fact that there are some people, some group of people that carry out counterfeit activity, which has a damning effect on this role of Central Bank of Nigeria, and also has a disadvantage that it's pushed to the public whenever you encounter this. Because when you're given a counterfeit banknotes, of course, it has no value because it's not a legal tender currency. So in order to sensitize you on how to identify which note is clean and which note is genuine and which one is counterfeit, we want to take you through some of the security features which we often call look and feel. You don't need any gadget to identify. You only need your eye and feel it to understand that, okay, this banknote is genuine. Part of which we all know that when you raise the 1,000 Naira banknote, there's what we call the portrait, which are the pictures. You will see in those other side where it's not printed, when you raise it, you find out that the same portrait is there. So counterfeit, you will not find counterfeit notes with these features. And also, there's what we call raised print. On the raised print, the same portrait, when you feel it, you find out that those portraits, the print, the ink on those portraits are usually, thicker than any other part of the banknotes. So these security features are also common in all the denominations. And there's what we call the band. You will see a string that cut across most of our banknotes. Our banknotes, once you raise it, you will find out that for some of them, you will see that these strings are straight and some, usually breaks. But when you raise it, you see that they are continuous. So these are some of the security features that are usually common on our banknotes. So please, whenever you're carrying out a transaction or somebody issue you with a banknote, try to look at all these features so that you can be able to easily identify which one is genuine and which one is fake. Next slide. So as I said earlier, these security features are common across all the banknotes. I also want to bring your attention to the raised integral on the 500 Naira. Just as it is on the portrait of all other banknotes, the raised ink that I told you that is usually thicker than any part of the banknotes. On 500 Naira, the figure which is written on the banknote 500 is raised on 500, just as it is raised on other banknotes. So when you bring out your 500 Naira banknote and touch all other parts of it, and go to the figures where we write 500 naira, you find out that the figures written there are thicker than any other part of the banknotes. So this is for easy identification, which are the look and feel. Next slide, please. So just like all other denominations, you find all the security features on other banknotes. They are mainly common, you know. So please, I want to seize this opportunity once again to encourage you to support the Central Bank of Nigeria by some of this information we are passing, and we're always available whenever you need this with all the handles that had been shared. You can raise questions, and we're always, especially the Consumer Protection Department made a presentation. Please, there are platforms there where if you have any doubt or if you have any question, you can ask, and we're there to respond. Next slide. So one other very important aspect I want to bring us up to speed on is our own role as the citizens of Nigeria, especially in regards to the handling or the culture of handling the banknote. I told you the clean note policy has this role that you must play, and that role specifically has to do with the handling so that we can, guard against abuse of the naira. And for some of us, we are aware that there are certain things that when you do to the banknote, it comes with their consequence, with legal consequence. Some imprisonment. If you're lucky, for some, you'll be fined. And that fine is huge. So we wouldn't want to be caught in this kind of activity. So please, let's avoid that. When you are given the naira, please have a very safe place. We usually recommend the wallet where you can keep your banknotes. If you don't have a wallet, you can use an envelope, or you can have a very clean space where you can keep it, so that you will ensure, or you will also play your own role in ensuring that these banknotes remain clean. Remember, I said the naira is our symbol of national identity. No any other country you go and find naira except Nigeria. So the naira is ours, and for the naira, we must maintain it, and so that it can remain clean. One other aspect that is part of our culture, we are all aware, is the fact that whenever we have an occasion or we are celebrating something, we have this culture of spreading the banknotes, marching on them. You hardly go to United States of America and other civilized countries like Nigeria to see them, marching on their banknotes or spraying on their banknotes. Nobody is saying that you should not share that, moment with your loved ones, but at least you can honorably find an envelope, put these banknotes, and then give. There are other better ways you can show appreciation, or you can show or share love with your loved ones without spraying those banknotes and marching on them. So please, let's guard against this culture that is not good for our banknotes and for our national identity. Next slide, please. One other very bad, culture or activity, that is going on, which is linked to what I told you about spraying the banknotes mint. Yeah, everybody loves a mint banknote. But remember, when you get it as mint, you go spray it and it's matched on. When you want to, demand it next time, after it has been matched, it won't be clean again. So because of that activity, some people, commoditize the naira, commoditize in such a way that they get these banknotes as new, they keep it for sale. You don't sell the banknote. It's illegal for you to sell the banknote. When you need clean banknotes, approach your bank, you have an account, make a specific request that you need clean banknote. They are there. The Central Bank of Nigeria is doing its own role in supplying these banknotes. And you can make requests. They are there to serve you, and they will definitely give you. Perhaps not the quantity you request for, but at least they will give you once they want to maintain you as their customer. So please, we should guard against hoarding of banknotes. It is illegal, and when you are found wanting, you will face legal consequence, and we don't want to get to that point. Next slide. I talked about counterfeiting. There's a section of the Constitution, specifically section 20, subsection 4, that states that once you're found counterfeiting the Naira, you will be in jail for a minimum period of 5 years. Minimum. That does not mean one may not stay lifetime, depending on the severity of the offense. But the minimum you can stay in jail for counterfeiting is 5 years. So please, let's be guarded. There's no option of fine. You won't be found counterfeiting and then they will fine you and say, okay, you can go. No, you have to go to prison. And the minimum you can stay is 5 years. And this is in the Constitution. What do you call it? This is in the Banks Act. Please, let's be guided. So it is a criminal activity. It leads to economic loss. When you're given a counterfeit banknote, it has no value. When you take it to the bank, it will be accepted. If it is for 1,000 Naira, you've lost 1,000. If it is for 1 million, you've lost 1 million because it's not a legal tender currency. That is why we need to be informed on how to identify counterfeit from genuine banknotes. Next slide. Mutilated banknotes. Where you try as much as possible to keep your banknotes safe, there are unforeseen events, maybe the fire, termites, or any other, natural hazard that, caught up with your savings, maybe at home, and you need to replace those banknotes. You've not lost it, especially if you have all the requirements that the Central Bank of Nigeria needs to replace those banknotes. This is what we call mutilated banknotes. Once that banknote is a bit above half of that banknote you have, you can approach the Central Bank of Nigeria with all the requirements that I will project here and I will list out for you to, write an application to the Central Bank of Nigeria through our branch here in Kaduna State, which we all know, where the application will be reviewed, and at the end of it all, you get value. Next slide. These are the list of requirements. You need an application letter, a handwritten application. You need a valid means of identification. You need a sworn court affidavit. You must be paying tax. And of course, you obtain your tax clearance certificate, proof of address, that is where you live, whether your home or an office, you state it there for traceability. We need your bank statement that indicates how you carry out transaction because of the volume. If your bank account states that, the maximum amount you transact is say 1 million Naira, and for instance, you are applying 50 million Naira, so that may be questionable. So we need to match these two to be able to identify if you're the real owner. They need a fire service report in the event that the fire is the cause of the damage, and then a police extract. Once you have this list of requirements, you attach the banknotes and you approach the Central Bank of Nigeria branch, and of course, it will be processed and you get value at the end of the day, because we are a bank for the people and we respect and appreciate the people we represent. Next slide. We also have a currency museum. In this virtual age, we have some, website there. You can use your phone. Once you put this URL, you get straight at the comfort of your home or office, wherever you are. You see our artifacts. You see the history of the Naira. You see all the information as regards to Naira that you need to know. Right from the time that we're not using fiat currency, that is paper currency, we're not even using the coin. Right from the time of Manila and all other, you will see all those informations. It is also for your own good. So please, we have all the website there that you can use to have access to this very important information. In conclusion, I started with a statement that the Naira is our national pride. It is not just a medium of exchange. It is something you and I need to be proud of, as long as it remains clean. And we have a responsibility as the public, just as the Central Bank of Nigeria plays its role in issuing quality legal tender currency. Thank you very much for listening.
Jama'a ku tafa masa dauna mana. DJ, hold them, hold them, hold them. Hold them, hold them. Coppers, you see this song like this. They go play them once, play them twice. They make I see person where if he sing and word for word. This money where he use demonstrate here, I no go return them back, so I go give them to the copper. Why copper play it? I DJ. Start now. Ahmed, where they get this guy? DJ, start time again. Meanwhile, let me invite our facilitators to come to their sitting position now. Please put your hands together. From payment system, Mrs. Gamboa, I be not allowed talk because they tell me say make I not allow una talk that time. They can't talk, say make I allow Zuera can't talk the one we should not talk yesterday, today. Well, are you not ready? We will do it like this. Are we set? Please be bringing your question. Are we set? Oh yeah, make we.
It's our Naira. Now the right. My people, make we dey handle our Naira with care. Naira notes no be writing part. Make we know the right on top am. No squeeze am. Arrange am well. Keep our Naira.
Hold on. Coppers and students, who ready to sing and word for word now? Eh? You know hear am? You never, no, just to where he stop. Who ready to sing am to where he stop? Okay, come out, come out, make we come. Oh yeah, master, I'm at the setup. Hurry up, clap for him. You raise your hand now, come now, Ajua. Come out, yes. What do you do? If here, make una give her moral. Give her moral. No, they go play and no fear. They go play and for you. Come. They go play and for you. I may clap for them. Ahmed, get ready. I can't stand here. Don't climb on me.
Make me no right on now. Make me no squeeze and more. Make me no go
I don't have voice.
Thank you very much, quickly. All right, gentlemen and ladies, we are moving on. Okay, I beg when I see this QR code. This QR code na survey. You know, say now we don't move from paper to QR code, Everything now na digital. Audio, money. So make you scan this one. Make you fill the code, the survey. That madam there, they wait for an beg. If you know they clear, make you ask her. She will provide more information. Now we go come to the questions. Kaduna, Garin, Ilimi. But the questions never reach Kano. Kano na center of commerce. Una na center of learning. And maybe they gather, they bring them. Well, make one usher come here, come they collect the questions. So we go see the ones where we go fit take. Okay. My Oga don't bring additional ones. Yes. We go take the ones where we go take. Okay. Make una they watch this DJ saying still get better jams for una. Make I remove this one. This one talk say NIPS no day here. And the major problem we get now with NIPS, customer cannot access them directly. But why customer want to access NIPS now? What is CBN doing in regard to this, knowing full well that customer feel at the bank that is responsible for all issues and settlement? Okay, Oga, hold this one. Make you to give my Oga here. Why is it, no, Oga, you want to hold those ones? No, Allah. Why is it that some people are penalized for Naira abuse and yet others get away with it, even for posting, even after posting, well, Naira abuse? But that one more like law enforcement question. Oga Kopa, you will just arrive, make I see what you get. What is the current interest rate on mortgage loans? Aside the banks, are there other brokers or agents for bonds and treasury bills? Take them. Customer who made away with wrong transfer and refuses to use such account again, how can CBN intervene in this matter, I beg? I will go there do okay. This one a network failure again. We don't talk network failure before. This one talks say, how can NYSC members contribute to promoting financial inclusion in their communities? NYSC members want contribute. How they go contribute? Now, who talk financial inclusion? Microfinance bank and the need for serious enlightenment and awareness. There are many local government areas in Kaduna State that does not have MFB. And the fact remains that most of the residents there are not aware of the existence of MFB loans and scheme. What is the CBN going to do about these people waiting for grassroots? So, we're gonna, anyone with my hand touch? The Naira is our national identity and our legal tender. Yes, yes, yes. The old notes are still in circulation. Which one the old note again, Oga? How long will this remain in circulation? What are the strategies to remove them? I don't know what's in the old note. I know so we get Naira note. Oga, good day. I'm happy to be part of this program. We are happy too that you are happy. He says, I want to ask about why there is security of mint, why there is scarcity of mint Naira notes. Make the answer. Madam, we represent CBN governor. You spoke about CBN's involvement with SDG. Which level or number of SDG are you talking in line with? One of the biggest challenges for innovators and researchers in Nigeria is the access of reliable data. What is CBN doing or planning to do to make financial and economic data more openly available so that individuals can build effective solutions? I don't know who will answer that one. All these payment systems, but that sandbox now you be like say the person they ask. Youth, I once mistakenly sent money to a wrong account. It's not the same wrong account you are looking for. The money has never been retrieved, even after my making complaint. My question is, in issue of wrong transfer through all this fintech bank, what is the possibility of getting my money back? I want positive results. You tagged agent banking as one of the payment system initiatives. Please, how do we recognize them and trust them with our confidential details? Okay, this is because anyone can pretend to be agent banking that you mentioned and just collect our NIM, BVN and fiam with it like that. Okay, make una answer. Kaduna, una questions they come, we will try our best to take them. How is CBN working with fintechs to balance innovation and regulation in the payment space? Balance. They balance them. Correct? You don't bring your own now. On API, how secure or safe is the customer if his information can be shared between or among banking institutions? Then Oga currency. On requirement to get new notes from mutilated or damaged notes, are these requirements sacrosanct? This person, the blow grammar, what be sacrosanct? They received regarding tax clearance. It's all those things where you mention, are they sacro? What are the variable impact for students? I love this one. Me might be student. What are the because people when the blow grammar say this one say variable impact for students in financial inclusion. As a student, what contribution can CBN give to the Nigerian student apart from? Oh boy, does CBN have it? At the same thing, just they ask, what student feel do with CBN? Yes, we go try. Make we just even they might they go take the one where they fit talk. They remain. Please let me state more seriously. Should we not, if your question it's not addressed, we have a mechanism to ensure that every question that has come here, this is valuable feedback. Everything you have raised here is valuable feedback. The branch controller Kaduna is here. That is what we do in every location. The ones that are not addressed on the podium at the moment, we hand them over to the branch. They do the needful, distill the questions, and put it out on the platform where the members of society are able to engage with the questions you have raised. Right? Kaduna Polytechnic, what is TIN? Okay, you mentioned TIN, and what is its effect? Now, wow.
That's the essence of security.
Fraudsters are getting information on new BVN enrollment. What is CBN doing to check BVN, checkmate BVN desk? Okay, take this one. Now, okay, take up. Make we take another one. Yes. Genuine business investment, social media, to avoid scam. Okay, you don't come. Well done. For fraud, people they fear fraud. This fraud, for fraud or stolen phone, please can the CBN have a unifying code to block account for such instance instead of depending on bank code, which sometimes we have several banks and can't remember all the code safe. Let there be a unifying code, I beg. This matter is getting serious. Okay. What are the procedures to establish microfinance bank? Don't talk. But you know, Mr. Obinali Okoli said all of this information being given out, it did here for the CBN website. If you get access, we go to the CBN website. If you go find them. But that don't mean say we no go provide answer. Now waiting bring us come here. Currency operations and branch management has addressed security risk on cost handling. But what about the security risk tied to digital payments? Bagam. As fintech is innovating, as fintech they grow, CBN, this people, somebody don't mention them, balance and security, growth and security in a dilemma. Why is it that or go what you want to take and do? You say, why is that an individual cannot open an account in central bank? If they allow yourself, if you are open, okay. What should a microfinance bank do to recover her money from a client who fails and defaults in their obligations? How can a microfinance bank set up a remitter to obtain her payment from a client account at any bank of the customer? And what is the penalty for each? Okay. One is from Bakindogo Forum Association. A trader must be present. A trader must present his collateral to the microfinance banks for collecting any of the bank loan. So when the customer has a problem with any of the commercial bank, if the bank does not solve the problem, what is the next thing for the customer to do? Like I said, this madam talking earlier, we should go still talking again. What is CBN doing about fraud everywhere? May God prevent us from fraudsters. All this fraud people. Now, so fraudsters, they all run for Kaduna. They play, Yahoo boys, they here plenty. How does the foreign exchange? It's some of these questions, you know, say Kaduna is center of learning. Some of these things are MSc thesis they build. But because they ask how they impact foreign exchange and banks, economic distance. But PCD here, what are the processes and minimum requirements for opening microfinance bank again? But like I say, people want open bank for microfinance bank for Kaduna. How can I access Nigerian currency? I don't know. When I see, you see, they remind me say food. I know now. You don't tell me for say food day. I know. They remind me say food day. They know. They even tell you say that they're hungry. They know why they remind me. The CBN is encouraging cashless policy, but introduce card withdrawal limit on each ATM. I say, are you not contradicting yourself? You say cashless, you still they limit the cash where they go withdraw. Okay. So now, what thing go happen? Be say, make I just close my eyes. Pick anyone. More clarification on loan repayment from microfinance bank. Wow. Clarification, loan repayment, microfinance bank. My question is, again, microfinance bank under former administration. As a farmer, what happened? Abu, the shares are the sweat too, Abib. All right. Last but not the least, to make we allow these people talk. Is CBN actually aware of mobile loan application? If yes, why is it that after payment of the loan is made, this microfinance bank will never send a payoff letter? Then $Naira question day, Oga. Now be the last card for those who they play what in those days. Is there no means for African, this Oga don't go African countries, unified currency? I'm not sure anybody talk about them. But before we do anything, Kaduna, please clap for yourselves. Your questions have been much, but your questions have been very, very impactful. Great, great. It shows that you have been paying attention, and we will now listen. Oga Financial Market, C1 here finally. I need more clarification on this investment plan where you talk and how we can access it. Talk. You talk. Now you I don't give. All right. Now don't discuss who go. Oh, now. Okay. I question too. All right. Oh, may we get another microphone now? I beg, bring one more. Quick, sharp. For me, say the reason I don't go clap for me. Man, not try. It's not easy to read on a question.
Thank you very much, Kaduna, for your participation. Thank you for your insightful and highly interesting questions. We'll try as much as possible to answer some of your questions. And those we could not answer, Kaduna branch will answer them. There is a way we collect these questions, and they form part of the information we dish out on our website. So maybe when you access our website, you will see an answer that relates to that particular question you have asked. So you own the question. Thank you so much. I was asked a question. I said, it said, you spoke about CBN's involvement with SDG, that is Sustainable Development Goals. Which level or number of SDGs are you working with? Are we working in line with? Well, the Central Bank of Nigeria is involved in all the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Out of that 17, 12 are on responsible consumption and production, 8 on decent work and economic growth, and 1 in reduction of poverty. In line with the CBN mandate, that is the objectives of the CBN, to ensure monetary and price stability, to issue legal tender currency, to promote sound financial system in Nigeria, to maintain foreign reserve, to safeguard the economic value of the Nigerian naira, and to act as an economic advisor to the government. All this to ensure sound financial system and sustainable economic growth in the country. So this is it. All the activities, the processes, the reforms of CBN is to ensure sustainable economic growth. Thank you very much.
All right, good afternoon again. So I'm taking the questions on the need for reliable data for innovators to build effective solutions. So the regulatory sandbox provided by the CBN is a solution where you can test your innovation with live data. If you come to the regulatory sandbox, you have the data that you need to test the solution. But you have to have a solution in place, an innovation, a service or a product that you need to test. So within the regulatory sandbox, you can test, you have the data available to test that solution. So another question is on agent banking. How do we recognize the agents of the financial institutions to cooperate with them? The financial institutions will have go of the financial institution that they are representing. As I was saying, the agents for the financial institutions will have a kiosk with the logo of the institution that they are presenting and other brand identification of that financial institutions so that you easily recognize them and do business with them. So that is one of the requirements that we will have for agents and means of identification from that institution that they are representing, and a stand, maybe like a kiosk with the logo of the institution that they are representing, and all the brand identification of the institution that they are representing, so that you are sure you are dealing with a registered agent of a financial institution. Another question I have here is on how secured are the APIs for customer information. So before a bank or a financial institution can share a customer's details with one another, the customer will have to give his consent that his data should be shared. And that consent will be written and documented by the institution that is sharing the information. And we also have a standard for the APIs that will be used among the financial institutions. So it's not any API that each institution will use. That will be a standardized API, which will be used in the open banking solution. Thank you.
So I have a few questions here. I think the first one asks the interest rate for mortgage loans. So the rate is not capped. It's something you can negotiate with your primary mortgage bank. So it's a matter of negotiation. It's not capped by CBN. CBN did not state that this is the maximum or the minimum you charge for mortgage loans. So whenever you open an account with a bank, you negotiate and agree. However, there's a National Housing Fund, which is a social housing fund, which you can also access if you are a contributor. And you can be a contributor either as an employee or a self-employed person. For that loan, the interest rate is 6%. That is for the National Housing Funds. But for the loan, you just go to a primary mortgage bank and you want to get from their money, there is no cap for that. Is you negotiate and agree on how much you charge. And this question asks, what are the requirements for opening a microfinance bank? There are about 12 requirements for you to open a microfinance bank. However, I will mention one that is very important. You know, I mentioned that we have 3 categories of microfinance banks. 1 is unit, 2 we have state, and 3 we have the national. For unit, we have 2 types, and they have different minimum capital requirements. If you are a unit and tier 1, we call it tier 1, those units that are in rural areas and they only have 1 branch, you need a minimum of 50 million. You need a minimum of 50 million, and that money will pay to CBN account in addition to other requirements. If you want to get the detailed requirement, you can get it on page 12 of our guideline. Microfinance bank guideline is on page 12. Secondly, if you want maybe a unit that is in semi-urban areas, then you need a minimum of 200 million. A state, you need a minimum of 1 billion, and then a national MAB, you need a minimum of 5 billion. There are so many other requirements, about 12 of them. You need to have a feasibility so that you know how long will it take you to be able to break even or recover your cost and begin to make profit, the accessibility, and then the population around you. So that is that on that. This asks what CBN is doing to address, to provide MABs in areas where we don't have, in Zangon, Katab, and the rest. Now, you know, microfinance banking is a private business. However, CBN has open window for all of us. If you are interested as a community, or as an individual, or as an investor, you can open a microfinance bank. So it's not a CBN that will come to a local government and open a microfinance bank for you. It's the community or an investor that will identify an area and then bring. CBN is open. Once you meet this requirement, you will get our license. This question comes from, I think this must be an MD also of a microfinance, but he's asking what can we do to recover our funds from clients who fails to or who defaults in their obligation. There's a GSI. There's a GSI that was introduced by CBN, I think about 4 or 5 years ago. That is global standing instruction. However, there are requirements that you need to meet up. And if you are an MD of microfinance bank, you know that we have been engaging you on what you need to do to meet up with those requirements. One of which is to have an ICAT. You need to have your data in line with what the NIPS requires, because you have to be linked up to NIPS for you to be able to get your loan recovered from all the banks and commercial banks that we have. So if you don't, please have discussion with NIPS, and then you also need to have an agreement, sign an agreement between your bank and the NIPS. That's a master agreement that you need to sign. And thirdly, if you are bringing in a new customer on board that is asking for loans, make sure that he signed that GSI agreement, consenting to you that in the event I default, you have the right to check any of my accounts in any bank that we have in Nigeria, and then you can recover our money. However, you can only recover the principal and the interest. So if your bank charge penalty interest, that will not be applicable to GSI. So please, you can contact me if you need further clarification on this, and I will do that. I believe this may be from Ekopa. He's asking that most banks give loans to people that have 10 million, 20 million, and 50 million turnover. And that is why we are here. We say you don't need to have